Okay, young man, you're very distressed. It's okay. You know, you've got this very reactive pup wanting to attack people, getting worse, and you're trying to do your best for it, right? You've been for training somewhere. The person sort of manhandled the dog, and you felt that the dog's become even more reactive. You know, of course, a dog that is naturally protective, if a stranger manhandles it, there's going to be an issue, right? So our job today is to see how we can help. Connie, can you come in quickly? Christian, you first approach this dog. Stay totally still, right? So typical equipment issue. Yeah. Step back. Okay. So it's very consistent, right? Very consistent lunging. Yeah. Step back, Connie. You go into decoy mode now and flee, and we see how the prey movement went. Yeah. So it gets even worse, right? And this is what typically people will do, right? And the dog will become even more reactive because, you know, it's a dominant dog. The equipment that you've got on is shocking. Absolutely no way this dog is going to get better with this type of equipment. Now, you want help, and you've been somewhere, and they didn't even bother to look at the equipment that you've got and change that to start with. We're going to start with that, okay? So you're going to need to put this check on your dog. The last trainer was trying to handle your dog himself, right? Which doesn't make any sense, right? So grab that check.
You should be able to loop it over her head. Yeah.
Talk to her, reassure.
Sit. Sit. Good. Sit. Yes. Okay. Come on.
Be more direct with it. There we go, right?
Sit, mate, and then clip this line on. This one's going to be.
Yeah, so clip it slightly, yeah. Right, okay. So, we have the precision collar, but we're going to work progressively, okay? Grab these two individuals and just tell them to come in as well, okay? So the lunging has progressively got worse.
Yeah, since you've seen the last trainer this week. Yeah.
But obviously, it can't all be down to that trainer. That you must have gone there with a dog that was already reactive.
To be honest, no. I actually thought she was getting on kind of well. Certainly never nipping or anything like that.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay, so Paul, step forward. Okay, so every time the dog does that, pull up on the leash. Pull up now. Yep. Okay. Step forward again, Paul. Pull up now. You see that the behavior diminished quite quickly. I don't know what is going on in the world of dog training where, you know, people do not understand that basic compulsion will mitigate outrageous behavior very quickly. De-escalating very quickly, right? Yeah? Okay, young lady, please step forward. Keep walking forward. This is a lovely type of young lady that's maybe out with her children. Stay just there. Correct the dog there. Correct the dog again. Right? And stand beside the dog. Take your nonsensical metal leash, unclip that. You don't need that anymore. Okay? Right? And come and stand just over there for us. Christian, approach the dog. Put the dog in a sit.
Sit.
Check the dog up.
Sit.
Yep.
Good sit.
Right. Approach.
Check. Sit. Yeah.
Can you see how the behavior is being diminished, how quickly that's occurred, right? Different?
Yeah.
How long have you been here for?
About 3 minutes.
You look relieved. Paul, step forward. Quite remarkable, isn't it?
I don't understand why the last trainer I saw, so at the end of the session, said, right, to be honest, I said, yeah. He said, get hold of the breeder and send her back to bed.
Yeah.
It's offered me no other options, so I'm
Sure.
a bit confused now, isn't it?
And the dog bit him.
It nipped his jacket.
Nipped
when
his
he got
jacket.
sickly,
Yeah. Because he has no common sense, right?
Yeah.
There is direct and indirect processes. And if you misalign those processes, you will get very poor results like you got. You know, we really understand the system. We know the breed incredibly well. And we're not telling you that the dog doesn't have a behavioral problem.
Yeah.
What we're saying is there's handler respect. If a dog respects the handler, the exhibition of outrageous behavior becomes diminished quite quickly. And we're seeing that now. Young lady, step forward. It's quite remarkable, isn't it? Yeah. So, incident yesterday at your residence, you weren't able to control the dog.
Yep.
You've been here for 20 minutes now. You've seen 3 different staff members. You're going to a trainer that had no other support. There was no way for us to test the reactivity because it's just you and the trainer, right? Yep. So, put the dog in a sit.
Sit.
Check up.
Sit.
Okay? And come and stand over here, please. Dan, approach the dog. Put your dog in a sit now.
Sit.
And make that sit that's it. Walk forward, Dan. Stop just there. So the growling is pretty much gone. Okay? This is what, the fourth person?
Yeah.
Now, step forward. Check up. There we go. That's just a check, right? We haven't even gone to a trainer that doesn't have access to a check, to me, is a lunatic. Especially when you called him and you told him that you had a reactivity issue. Yeah. But again, everyone's going to try and go through this nonsensical, positive-only approach or some stupid processes, and he got bit. And the dog did not stop the behavior, it got worse. Is your dog's behavior worse at the moment?
Now, since
Yeah.
I've been here,
Yeah.
it's a million times better.
Million times better. Right, Dan, walk around the back of this dog. Watch your dog's body language. And all the way around. Nat, do the same for me. Your friends can't come round. You're agitated. The whole world is saying give liver sausages, put nonsensical harnesses on. Within 15, 20 minutes, we resolve the issue. My client is the dog. Keeping dogs alive is exactly what I do. And a moment of compulsion, if that educates the dog, then happy days. You look like a totally different person. You seem relaxed now. You're smiling again. You feel relieved. And that's what we want, okay? You pay us good money and we give you good results. That's all it's about, okay? You guys can go and crack on. Right, okay, so we're going to now push the boat out with a ridiculous approach. And we're going to come within proximity. I want you to shake the prosthetic arm. Okay? All right. Get closer and shake it again. Okay. Approach the dog. Check the dog. Check the dog properly. Yep. Okay. And again. Now restrict your line. Restrict it all the way down. All the way down. Right? Okay. And this dog will accept today, beyond a reasonable doubt, being touched. Approach. Don't allow the dog to escape. There we go. Right? So that trainer got bit yesterday, right? Because the approach was wrong. So a couple of people have been challenged by this dog, right? Quite aggressive, quite dominant, chasing people away. A school ground bully will only stop bullying others after people confront that bully. And this young pup definitely needed to be confronted. There needs to be a respect for the handler a respect for, innocent members of the public. And that respect is not negotiated. We make it very clear, the clarity of the outcome for the dog if the dog continues to be dangerously out of control. My outcome versus the government's outcome, if the dog could speak, my outcome was by far the number one choice. So we see levels of submission, we see the ears back, and these are battles that this young dog needed to lose, not win. It's the opposite from when we do protection. We make them win more. When we have dogs that are outrageously out of control with their aggression consistently, with no regard for humans, no regards for the owner, no regard for society, that dog will end up dead very quickly, especially with the law. Prosthetic arm again. Go and touch the dog. Touch the dog. Yeah. Touch the dog all over. Yeah. Okay. Have we been bitten today? No. Yeah. Okay. So we're now going to just change something. We're going to go to the precision collar and we're going to see whether that gives you a little bit more control, okay?
Should I above this one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right above, nice and tight. Slip the leash and put it on that. Okay. So, grab your prosthetic arm. Touch the dog all over. Yeah. All over.
Good girl.
All over. All over. Wrap down the back. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Well done. Good girl. That's it.
Touch right at the back, the tail. All of the areas where normally the dog will jump, snap round. Yeah.
Good girl.
Okay. Wonderful.
Well done.
Good. Rub it right down the leg. Right down the leg.
Good. That's it.
25, 30 minutes earlier, this was the same dog. This was the behavior. This was the response to the same person. It was aggressive. It was dominant. And it was dangerously out of control. The government legislation will not tolerate this for very good reason, especially from a young dog. You surprised?
Yeah.
Okay, so my advice to you is very simple. I would get your rubber line, I'd get yourself a precision collar, and I'd get yourself a check. And that's the tools you're going to use for now, and I'll get yourself here once a week for training. That's my advice. Any feedback?
No.
You're happy with the result?
Thank you very much, yeah.
Okay. We only use human grade products for our fantastic food. You can see the truth from the peas, the carrots, the raspberries, the strawberries, the free range eggs. Simply delicious. We are the only company that can brag that we know exactly where the protein sources came from. The reason for that is we are the owners of Stanhope Farm. We produce our own protein sources. Look at these. How authentic is this? Organic lamb and mutton,
free range, happy, healthy. Working closely with fantastic vegetable and fruit farmers in Kent. With over 25 years dedicated to canine husbandry, I am proud, I am delighted to present Uncle Benji's Raw with the highest ingredient profiles in this country. Highly delicious, highly digestible, full of nutrition. We offer a money-back guarantee. Order today at poochdvd.com.